Hello, everybody. This is StockerFinance. I am your host, David Scheuer, and today we're going to be talking about investing for teens and how to get started. Now, I'm a teenager myself. I am currently 19 years old, and I've been investing and trading actively since about 15 years old. So, I'm going to tell you how I did that, how I started, what education I used to start learning about all of this stuff, and let's just get right into it. So, first off, education. Whenever you're starting something new, no matter what it is, it's always important to learn about it. And when you're young and when you're in your early teens or however old you are, or if you're just starting, education is super important. And books and websites are both great ways of learning. And especially here on YouTube, you can watch my videos, which would be awesome. You can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And also, there's plenty of other YouTubers out there who do similar things to me or make slightly different content that also have very good videos that you can watch and learn from. Investment education is a great one if you want to learn just about specific things. Graham Stephan is one for personal finance more. And there's also plenty of real estate people out there doing real estate investing. Because there's so much to investing, and you really want to learn about the whole thing, at least everything a little bit before you narrow in on one topic. So now let's talk about what books to read. So this is The Intelligent Investor. And you'll probably see this book come up like the very first thing when you look up books to read on finance or books to read on investing. Now, this is Warren Buffett's kind of famous book. It's the one that he said he read during college that kind of turned his whole career around. It's written by Benjamin Graham, who's kind of the founder of value investing, and we'll talk about value investing and what that means in another video. So make sure to subscribe. Now, that book is a very difficult read. It's one that's very advanced, and if you are someone who is just starting out getting into investing, or if you're very young, it's definitely not the book for you. You're going to want to wait on that until you really get a lot of knowledge, you know the terms already, and then dive into that book. Before then, though, I would not recommend it. What I would recommend is this quick little read, The Little Book That Beats the Market. This is one of the best books that I've ever read. And if you don't like reading, don't worry. This book, literally, I read this book in a night. It's about 150 pages, and each page is, super small. He gives you step-by-step exactly how to go ahead and invest in the market, how to beat the market. He literally tells you, it's a tutorial on how to make money, is basically what it is, and how to beat the market. It's by Joel Greenblatt and forward by Andrew Tobias, if I'm pronouncing those right. I'm sorry if I'm not. I'll link up both these books in the descriptions, and I'll recommend any others as well down in the description. So now let's talk about websites. Well, you do have my blog, StockerFinance.co, but you also have others such as Investopedia and MarketWatch, Yahoo Finance, those ones. Now, Yahoo Finance and MarketWatch have a lot of opinion articles that aren't always the best, and they can really kind of be clickbaity. Some of them, honestly, they have a lot of ads that are kind of pump and dump ads, which I'll talk about what to watch out for and stay away from at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But what I do recommend is going to Investopedia, and that has basically a dictionary of terms and different words used when trading or investing, or if you want to pretty much learn anything, you can go to Investopedia, and I suggest you do that. It's a great website. And now I'm going to talk about opening an account. So first off, you have to choose. What type of account do you want? Do you want a retirement account through Vanguard or through a like-minded retirement fund where you can basically just invest your money, let it sit, and then compound interest every year will start adding up, and you'll just start growing this money. Now, the great thing about being a teenager and starting this is that opening up a retirement account now gives you a huge advantage because that compound interest, you're starting so early that by the time you're 50, if you put in just a few $1,000s or just $1,000, you could be a millionaire. And it's awesome. And that's just with putting in a few $1,000s now, but because you started so early, compound interest really added up. So then you also have your trading account, which I'm sure more people are interested in here, which is basically you're going to be actively trading, actively investing. You choose the stocks that you want to invest in. And there's different ways to do this. So first off, I'd start out by opening a paper trading account. What this means, it's like a fake account where you go in and they give you some fake money. It's a whole kind of like artificial stock market, and you can go ahead and trade the stocks at real prices in real time, but it's not with real money. It doesn't actually add anything or affect the stock market in any way. So go ahead and try paper trading for a bit just to get the hang of it, get the flow of it, get the different orders down so you know which buttons to click through your broker. And there's tons of websites that offer this. There's tons of different brokers that offer this. And if you haven't seen my video on the best brokers, I'll link that in the description as well, or I'll throw it up somewhere right here. So go ahead and check that out. So then after you kind of choose a broker, after you know which type of account you want to get the money. You need money to invest. You can't invest with $10. You can't invest with $50. Honestly, I say it's really hard to invest even with $500. In my opinion, when I was about 16 years old, I started with $1,000. I mowed lawns. I played trumpet at the farmer's market in like 5th and 6th grade to make money. I did so many different things that were just self-employed jobs. Since, when you're that age, it's really hard to get a real job or an hourly job at least. So going and just working for the neighbors, mowing these lawns, is a great way to earn this first $1,000. Now, the reason I recommend $1,000 is because it's a great starting price where it's not too much that it's going to devastate you if you lose it, or it's not going to affect your future necessarily in any way. And it's also just a good amount to where if you do lose it, it's still going to hurt and you're going to learn a lot from it. Now, I'm going to be honest here. My first $1,000, I doubled it in probably the first half year, and that's really good. And then guess what happened? Well, I didn't know any better. I got greedy, so I kept going. I didn't take my profits. I didn't, just profit out and run. I reinvested it. I started day trading more. I got caught up in these weird little things. Lost almost all of it. I think there's probably, a cent left in that account. Or I think I actually closed the account down now. So, I lost all my money there, but I learned a ton. And that's why I'm being able to make these videos now. And now I invest and I do fairly well for myself. I have a retirement fund. I trade actively. I, constantly read books on finance. And I feel like I'm very ahead of all my peers who don't necessarily know much about investing and about this sort of, financial means to be prepared for their future or retirement. So now is the next thing. On top of opening an account, there's one type of account you're going to be actively trading that you need to open. It's called a custodial account. Now, a custodial account is basically an account opened by your parents for you. Legally speaking, they have to be the ones to fully make the decisions or click the button. You can, give your influence and it can be in your name, but they have to go ahead and click the button. Now, no one does that. Let's be honest here. I'm sure it might not be legal, but no one, the FBI is not going to show up at your door if you're the one clicking the button instead of your parents. I did it myself for years. And once you turn 18, the name will get transferred over to you instead of your parents. So you'll be the 100% owner, and then you can legally trade on your own. But a custodial account is what it's called, so make sure to talk to your parents about that, and make sure to call up your broker. Brokers have incredible customer service. TD Ameritrade, Ally Bank, almost all of them have 24/7 customer service. Give them a ring, don't be afraid to, and they'll help you with setting up a custodial account. It takes like 20 minutes at most to get it set up, and then you just have to transfer your money in. And then after that, you just got to start researching. Look up different companies. Look up why you value their companies. Find out about trading and find out about investing long-term and what companies you think are going to do very well. Are there items in your area or places in your area that you notice that have, that are public companies that are doing very well? Just use your eyes. Look around. Are you seeing a lot of Teslas on the road? Maybe that's a good investment. Are you seeing, more of a certain type of brand of TV or something that all your friends are starting to buy? Or maybe Activision Blizzard came out with a new game and it's going to do really well because you play a lot of video games and you know that this game is going to take off. That might be a good investment then. That you might have an advantage there that a lot of people don't see. So that's how to get started. Now, here's what to stay away from. And this is really important because there's so many scams, there's so many frauds, there's so many people out there that just want your money and don't actually care if you make any money or just don't know what they're talking about and think they can teach investing. I'll be honest, I fell for a lot of this. I fell into the pit of actively trying to day trade every day. And yes, you can day trade every day. But do you know any day traders who are billionaires? I don't. Almost all day trading done in hedge funds and such these days is done by AI and robots and computer algorithms. It's coders, it's engineers who go in and they're trying to get the fastest trades in and compete all against each other. In order to be effective in that, you need to have an office and millions of dollars. And day trading as a whole, just in my opinion, doesn't really work fully. Now, you can do it, and there's lots of people who also are successful, but to start out, I would not jump into day trading. Instead, I would look into long-term investing or long-term swing trades, I guess. So some stuff to stay away from, though, are those websites or people flashing money everywhere who say that they can make you a millionaire and live on your own. Don't fall for it. A lot of the trading lessons and courses don't bother with it. There's no secret. You can look up almost everything through YouTube, through Investopedia, through reading books such as these two that I recommended, and any others I'll link in the description. You can learn all of that and much more and get much more value for your time and money than going and spending a ridiculous amount on some course. So don't do that. I guess one other thing is to just be careful and realize that this is a learning experience, and just try to stay away from the greed. Don't get in that mindset of I'm going to be rich tomorrow. Get in that mindset of I'm going to be filthy rich a long time from now. So get in that different kind of mindset. Be patient. Learn a lot. Talk to your parents especially, and as well as make sure to make the money and talk to yourself about, am I ready to do this? Do I think that this is something I want to do? Am I ready to take a risk? And just go in knowing that you may lose all your money. When I went in, I told myself that, hey, I pretended that I already lost all my money. I basically pretended that I had thrown away $1,000. That's how you need to think, because that probably will happen with your first investing experience. So just make sure to be patient, and I look forward to hearing from anybody. Make sure to comment down below your experiences, or if you have any questions at all, you can tweet at me, you can comment on my Facebook, or you can go ahead and comment down below. I'll answer everything. So make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.